WesWes Show.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, what are some of the things that are exciting you as we get into Origin season? We'll go with our resident Blues fan, with Stace.
Oh, I'm
Who's
excited
who's
to.
standing out, mate?
Oh, we've got a lot of standouts. It's getting to the point where who's not going to get in is just as interesting as who does get in. But if I look at the last sort of 3 years or last three or four seasons,
Spoiled for choices caused you guys problems a few years, mate.
it has. But we haven't got. I think we lost the last series. We've lost a couple now, where on paper at least we've had the better team. So I think we've got some of the selections wrong. Previously, I think they left out Adokar last year, which was a mistake in hindsight.
Yep.
Some other guys, Jake Trbojevic got dropped at a point for no good reason. So if they can get the selections right, in my opinion, we've got the superior team to win. So that's just the key part. And you're right, Tana, what you mentioned before. Sometimes having too much guys isn't necessarily a good thing, because if it doesn't work out, then everyone's going to jump on your selection and say you should have picked the other guy. So
I'm sure Freddie is breathing a sigh of relief when Adokar got injured, because it looked like he was going to miss out even if he was fit.
I agree. I would, if I was a selector, I'd pick him. Obviously, I'm not, and I trust these guys know what they're doing. But I agree.
Are you saying
I think
that Freddie is a Kaya selector? He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, I think so, because he carved up at that World Cup. He was
He's up there with
Australia's best player.
Is that why you guys always have like 4 fullbacks?
Played good for New South Wales. Well, that's not. I don't think that's the mistake. I think that there are other issues. I didn't rate. No disrespect to Daniel Tupou, who got picked, but I didn't see the thing. I thought they reacted in a frightful way. I don't know if that's the right word, but they had Coates, they had Oates, and they had these. They had
panic. Sorry, was that panic?
Was that frightful? Another word for scared.
I didn't want to say that word, but they were worried about the height of the Queensland wingers, so they went for these tall guys in the back. I don't know. Yeah. They skipped out on extra areas, because Adokar, he'd always played good for New South Wales. He never played badly. He didn't deserve to be dropped. So, but you're right, Tana. I don't think he would have got picked if he was fit, which is is weird. So, but I think the interesting debate. Now, who do you guys touch on it? Someone touched on it previously. Is around that 6 jersey. That's where it's really up for debate.
Who you got, bro?
Lloyd. I've gone for Hines. I like Hines.
Hines, bro. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I get the combination with the Penrith combination and all the rest of it, but they lost the series last year, so there's no loyalty.
Back to experiments.
Let's throw the baby out with the bathwater.
We're up to 18th combination. We're up to the 18th combination for the New South Wales.
That's it.
That's what you say, Tana. Like, when you've got too many guys, you just you lost next guy like that.
Yeah.
But Hines, he's Dalian Player of the Year last year. He's been on fire this year. It's not like we're just picking him from nowhere. So his form's good enough. And if they'd won the series last year, I would have stuck it out with them. But because they didn't, jerseys are open.
I think they cancel each other out. Like, personally, I look at Hines and Cleary, and now you've got 2 players. When it comes to the crunch, they always say the big players want their hands on the ball. Who should take it? You kind of knew, the big 3, they kind of always knew that, yep, we've got a decision and we know who's going to take the ball. Cronk's going to take it every time. I don't know if Hines and Cleary will have that understanding.
Yeah,
everyone will think Cleary, but I think Hines is a clutch guy as well.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. So they'll have to iron it out first, but it's hard to. I just can't find a way of leaving Hines out. I've got to sort of fit him in here there somehow. He's just been too. His form's irresistible. So it's unfortunate for Luai, but he's the one. And that's really the only contentious position I can see. A lot of the guys are picking themselves with the.
Well, what about centre, bro? Who's your centres?
Bro, the 2 fullbacks, man. Trbojevic, Tommy and Latrell.
Wow,
It's centre. And Teddy, you're gonna trust Teddy at the back?
Yeah, Teddy's still the best fullback in the world.
So
no room for Swality.
No Swality.
Swality's in on the one.
No Tony Staggs.
On the wing.
Staggs, no. No, Staggs, no.
Oh, so you just give him 1 game last year and that's it? Harsh.
Yeah, harsh. I mean, like I said, get the next guy in. How are you guys seeing? How are you guys seeing? Oh, you guys got any thoughts on New South Wales before we move on?
Well, I
No,
thought
no,
it
no.
was last.
Yeah, like
So here goes.
no, I was just saying, like in terms of your forwards, like I guess Haas is a big presence there, and he's been doing so well. Who do you partner? Who are you looking to partner him with?
Sorry, who was that?
Payne Haas. Just
Um,
in terms of your forwards, like
yeah,
you leading
I
with
think
him.
Big Junior's back from Para. I think he's still good enough to play at that level. And I've still got a soft spot for Jake Trebojevic, even though he's not a
Who would you
traditional
start?
prop. But when they've played him as in
Who's your
there,
starting props?
yeah, I'll give Jakey a start. He's a good defender, and
Wow,
Payne Haas, and I'd
Jake
have
and Payne.
Junior on the bench. So I'm happy with our guys.
Mm.
Olukwatu might be another guy who forces his way in as well. He's been pretty
Hmm.
good.
Yeah, yeah. Isaiah Yo hasn't had the same presence for Penrith that that I think a lot of other players are playing that same kind of game and doing it a lot better. Like you look at the way Kerrigan carries, playing
Well,
that same kind of role that Isaiah Yo
he's a
kind of
poor man's
created.
Isaiah Yo. That's what he is. So
Well, are you serious? He surpassed him, bro.
Exactly,
Oh,
that's what I
I,
mean. Like
I, I think he's
Isaiah
probably
Yo
third.
created that kind of play, and
you know who
now
won the
everyone
man of the
else is surpassed.
series last year?
Oh, that's last year, bro. That's old news. Talking about this year, but I think yeah, I heard Cooper Cronk. He was talking about it as well, and he mentioned that because obviously Cam Murray's going to get picked and Isaiah Yo, they're both basically automatics.
So
But
is
if
that
they
your
bring
back
back
row?
row,
Olokwatu and um, Isaiah
yeah,
Yeo at the back, and
Olukwatu,
then Cameron Murray at the
Frizzell.
other side.
Is Frizzell fit?
yeah,
Oh shucks, man, you guys are spoiled
yeah,
for
yeah.
choice.
I'd be happy with that back row. So
Yeah,
if they have another back row on the bench, then they could bring him on and play Cameron Murray and Isaiah Yo through the middle. So you got those two ball playing forwards as well
yes,
when the fatigue starts to get in. So
yeah, bro.
this is Cooper Cronk's idea. I don't know if he's setting us up for for failure being a Queensland, but to me, in theory, it sounded like a really good idea to get
Mm.
those two ball playing middle forwards working in tandem once the fatigue starts to set in. So I quite like that idea. I think that's what they should try
Oh,
and
it
do.
sounds like a trap, mate. If it's coming from Cooper Cronk, it sounds like a trap.
Well, you know what, bro? Like as a Queensland fan, I will fear that pack if you guys had
Yeah,
like Haas and Trebojevic and Uppy at hooker,
Hmm.
with Murray and Olokwatu, and then Yeo at the back. That's a top notch forward pack right there.
yeah.
But
I
I
think
don't think
every
they'll go
year
with.
I'm just thankful that you guys got Kaya selectors.
Yeah, I even think that Murray is more dangerous as a last man down. Like Yeo is, probably one of the top 13s, but man, the quick player, like why Rabbitohs are dangerous. Murray gets that quick player, the ball so good, man. A good link player.
Yep.
But yeah, bro, they got they always got more talent, but Origin's not about talent. We all know that, bro. It's whoever's got the big fuckle, and we all know New South Wales, they don't have no fuckle. It's,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
empty in
okay.
there, like the Tin Man from
bro.
Wizard of
And
Oz.
with those comments, Queenslander, who you excited to see into the Queensland pack, man?
Oh, mate, I
And
I don't
we're
know.
not
It's
going
tough.
1 to 13. We just want to have a few highlights, mate.
Yeah, it's a tough one, bro, because I'm excited because bar the Cowboys, like man, Broncos going really well, and Queensland teams are going really well. Dolphins going really well.
Mm.
There's a lot of options, but at the same time, I think Billy Slater comes from there. He's true blue, like I'm true blue, but
True
he's
blue.
a
Yeah, I
real
know.
old school selector when it
I
comes to
agree.
like stick and pick.
Yeah,
And man, I want to see Walsh start, like. But I just think
Right.
if Ponga plays a handful of games, all he needs is like maybe 3-4 games and stay injury free. Then I think he's got that fullback spot. But man, I just think that Walsh, even at 20 years old, he's got something that Ponga doesn't have. He's got the acceleration and the speed, and he's probably got a better ball playing game right now. I mean, he's leading the comp in try assists. So like I said, I'm excited. Hopefully, he's going to be there in the squad. Whether he's going to be in the
mm.
7th, I don't think he'll make the 17 because it's hard to carry. carry him on the bench, especially if you're going to go. They're most probably going to go, Hunt and
Ben Hunt, yeah.
Ben Hunt
Harry Grant.
with coming off the bench. So then you're going to think you got a 3-man forward rotation, so you really can't carry Walsh in the squad, but in the team.
Add out the utility,
But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's like it's exciting, but I think it's pretty it's pretty predictable, the team. But like I said before, bro, it doesn't really matter who we put in, bro. We've just shown over
And
the
I
past.
think that's the Queensland way. Like, there's always
Yeah,
been a player who's pushing, but we'll go with the incumbent because it's like, well,
proven.
yep, as long as Ponga's healthy, he'll
Mm.
start, and that's just the Queensland way. And it
It's
might be
different
like,
after
oh, but
game
we
one.
could have, but it's like, yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
if we lose game one, then I think maybe Billy will be forced to maybe make some crucial decisions and crucial people come make some changes. But if we win game one with the same team, then we just gotta stick to that pick and stick, bro. And
Yeah.
yeah, excited. Bring on Origin, bro. 2-0.
Outside of Reese Walsh, the guy, we laughed about him, but the guy who's been impressing me is Philip Sami, man. He's been doing so well
Right.
for the Titans. Just his energy, mate. You guys,
Who?
that was when we brought it back.
Yeah,
You know,
Because he's been there before,
if Philip
and
Sami was a New South Walesman, or New South Washman, he would struggle to make New South Wales C team. That's how low we rate
he's
him.
one of those players, though, bro. Hey,
He
he's one
wouldn't
of
even make
those.
New South Wales
exactly,
He's
C.
like
And
he's
he
like
looks
a
that's not
Mog.
unbelievable,
disrespectful
man.
to the guy.
He's like an Adam
Yeah.
Mog. You know, like we,
Adam Mark would have made New South Wales C as well.
well,
But yeah,
exactly.
man, good point.
But he
Good
crushed
point.
you guys in
Yeah,
his only series. But
exactly.
bro, something I like. He's having his best year, bro. He's ripping it up. I
Yeah,
wish I picked up for the fantasy
I
team.
don't know what switched in him, but yeah, it's been good to see him just enjoying
But
his league and just ripping.
to be honest, bro, like Cobbo's got one wing sewn up. Corey Oates is starting next tomorrow night. He's going
Is
to
he
get
back? Okay.
2-3 games under his belt. Surely he's got to be in there. So
What about
I don't know if he
Coates?
forces
Xavier
his way
Coates?
above those guys. And then you've got Coates on the side as well. So
Yeah, Xavier's around there as well.
yeah, well, I think you're a bit obsessed with Sami. Eh? What's your, he's
No, just saying he's been playing really well. I don't. He might push for one of those roles, but
What
probably
about
he'll go to camp.
what about Fafita? Dave Fafita. You see him getting a recall?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's on the bench, bro. Surely.
yeah,
You reckon?
yeah.
Well, he's playing
He'll
his
go to
best.
camp and they'll be into the bench.
He's playing his
I think
best
you're
year
just
at the
seeing his
Titans.
potential when you get a good half. That's what he can do
Mm.
in Queensland as well.
Oh,
I don't
geez.
think
So who's gonna
I don't think he'll
who's
start, but
making
he'll
way for
definitely
him?
come on the bench.
So Nenai still in?
Who knows? I don't know, bro. Like Atar
Yeah, I
probably
guess
thinks like,
again, pick and stick. He'll
Bro,
be
why
in
don't you
camp.
just hit loyalty like
Yeah,
two
exactly,
two
and
minutes
it'll
ago?
be
well,
Queensland. Yeah, yeah. So I think
here's the
it'll be the
thing.
same thing.
Here's the thing, right? I think Capewell's got the left hand side sewn up because he's been real consistent. But then, man, the former Kofusi before he got suspended, bro, he was like back to
Yeah,
his old
Kofusi's in.
school Kofusi.
Kofusi's in.
Oh,
So
he'll be in. Yeah, he's Queenslander. So yeah, I think
I think if he,
we'll have the same hard decisions as you guys.
those are your it's either Nanai or Fafita because you look at the other two spots on the bench. Maybe one of them is going to, a couple of them are going to go to props. Um, the
Yeah,
ginger from the Roosters.
yeah.
Um,
He's been playing Horswell. He's been playing well.
yeah,
What? So I don't
Horswell.
know how are you
Lindsay
gonna fit them all
Collins.
in? Capewell, Kofusi, Nenai,
Well,
and
that's what I mean,
Fafita.
bro. I think Nanai loses a spot to Fafita.
Ooh, he played for Australia, mate. Nenai. Well, that'll be
Well,
interesting.
that's the difference. We don't pick on reputation, bro.
You don't pick and stick anymore. You chop and change.
Well,
Nah, you know.
Kof-
I'm with you
Kofusi is really
on
the incumbent. I
So is
mean, like,
Nenai.
Oh, Fusi has to be the
what's his name?
stalwart.
Fifita. He was actually before Nanai made. So Fifita's kind of worked his way back in, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, eh? What about So you're not picking the Hammer.
It's
Hammerso,
hard.
he's out.
Well, I was thinking of him. He'll be good at centre, bro. But then I don't know size wise.
Holmes is in. Holmes is in.
Yeah, Holmes,
Yeah,
and I think they'll pick and stick with Gagai, bro. But
Oh yeah, so Holmes, Hammer's out. Hammer's
Ngai's
out.
been.
Okay.
that's another one of the. That's one of the, if it was me, I'll take a chance on Hammer because of his form. But
And
like
who would you kick out?
knowing, say again.
I think Hammer comes down to Ponga. If Ponga's in, you don't need Hammer. Ponga's out. Oh yeah, because Hammer's. Yeah, I don't know. Because then you got Reece Walsh as well.
Bro, you sound like
Yeah, I think
the New
Hammer's
South
out.
Wales selectors on.
Well, as a
You
fullback,
guys are changing your mind every week. Sound like.
he's not our top two because man, definitely Ponga and Walsh are above him, even though he's playing well. So that's what I mean. Like if I was trying to squeeze him in there, I'll put him maybe in the centres, which he's played for Queensland in the centres before.
That's so good though. Like the comp, like the way that it is, how it's fallen out. Three of your best fullbacks, or six, yeah, of your best three in each camp. And it just goes to show how tight the comp is now, just how close everyone is playing.
Yep. Yep. And I agree with you guys. I think Reece Walsh is going to be the most unluckiest guy. I don't think he's going to get picked. Ponga's back this week. He was man of the match in Game 3 last year, and Queensland won the series. So I know Queenslanders are pick and stick type selectors. So man of the match in the last game, and they won the series. You're not going to. Unless he's injured, I think he's in, and that's where I think the difference is with Luai, because Luai they lost the series, and he didn't play that good. So that's where I think he's out.
You should cut that whole team from last year then.
Well, that's harsh on Luai, because you know what?
It is.
Two premierships, plus he led Samoa to the final on his own because Milford did fuck all, and then and he hasn't been playing bad. It's just that you guys are all jumping on the bandwagon now of old Nico Hines now, bro.
Yeah, Hines has earned a spot somewhere, and it's not. We already know that Cleary's a guarantee, so it has to be. Tedesco's the captain, and I know that Hines can play a bit of fullback, so it has to be.
You wouldn't take Hines as a 14?
I don't know. I think Queensland did a really good thing with the two hookers, Hunter and Grant. I think that was a difference maker. So I think we'll do the same thing. We'll have Cook and Coruscant or Robson or whoever. I would have those two, Cook and Coruscant, but I'm not sure who the selectors are thinking.
I want to ask you guys something about they're talking about over here with Cleary, bro. Like whether he's right up there, one of the best sevens ever to play the game. But one of the commentators, I forgot his name, was saying that he lacks a Origin series where he's really dominated, taking control. And I probably tend to agree, bro. What do you think, Stacey? Do you think that Cleary needs, like, even though he's got premierships under his belt, but do you think he needs an Origin where he dominates and wins all the games on his performances to really cement his place as one of the best, or what do you think?
Yep. Yeah, I do. I think
because he hasn't really shone on that stage, eh?
He's great. We know that he's going to be, when he retires, he'll probably be remembered as one of the greats. It's just how high up the list he goes, and all the great people who are in that conversation, they've got that Origin. You can look at a series where they just carved up.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's not on his resume. So
he's just done his job. He's done his job, but he hasn't dominated.
Yeah, he's only 25, so he's still got time on his side. I think he will have it. I don't know if it's this year or in the next sort of 2 or 3 years. I think he'll definitely be on it, and then you can decide after that how high up the list you put him as one of the halves. But back-to-back premierships.
He seems already like one of those guys that, like, he's just so. I say, like, just the way he's very just mature, like like you're saying, like a young guy. So it's in him.
Well, it's funny when you analyze these halves, like he's getting all the accolades, but bro, Cherry Evans has carved them up like in the last 3 series, like outkicked them.
And maybe that's what. Maybe he's just waiting until Cherry's gone. Maybe that's when he'll be great. Maybe he'll be one of those unsung heroes.
You know what I mean? And Cherry Evans doesn't get the credit.
The next Queenslander will come along and he'll just become like a Paul Gallen.
Yeah.
But now you look at the halves who've carved up like Cooper Cronk and JT, and it was sort of their mid to late 20s where they really hit their strips. So I feel like
Mm.
he's as a half,
I think if
as
you
someone
guys
who
just
owns
stick
the
with
game,
him,
he yeah, and I think they will. I think they will, because there's all this talk about Hines, and you're right, Tana. He's sort of like he's playing 7, but there's no talk about put him in for Cleary. It's always Luai's the one who's gonna have to make way to get him in.
mm,
So
Not
I
yet,
think
not
Cleary
yet,
will.
mate, not yet. But if
Mm.
Cleary doesn't perform at Origin 1, they might be calling him out for Hines.
oh, you reckon?
Nah. He's had some not player of the series, but he's had a couple of man of the match performances for New South Wales. I think game 2 last year was man of the match, so he's earned a bit of leeway. I don't know if he will. Yes, I think it's Luai's the one who's on the chopping block at this point. I think they'll stick it out
Mm,
with Cleary at least.
nice. Cool. Yeah, looking forward to that series starting next month.